this one I've been working on for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and it basically came around because I really like N8N's code module where you can just give it an input, do some stuff on it, get an output. Monday's Automation Center is obviously very good, but there's none of this code aspect where you can just run a little snippet to get your JSON object sorted, or create a UUID and make it paste into the items. So I went about solving that problem, more so for myself because it makes my life easier when working with clients. But I thought, why not put this in the Community Cookbook where all of us can benefit from this work? So how it works is we have a Community Cookbook code hub, and that will be part of your workspace apps or part of the Community Cookbook. So you get all the integrations, triggers, everything, as well as this. And it comes with a library of examples, which we will expand on, add more to as we build this, and as more people use it and we get feedback, we'll add more examples in for people that don't code. Again, you can just use AI and ask it to do it and give you a snippet and put it in here and test it out. So how this works is you've got the cookbook code hub. Here is your code lab. You can add in here, create your code, do whatever you want in here, and then what you do is you give it inputs. So 3 inputs maximum at the moment. We can increase that if there's the need to in the future. And they're just classified as input 1, input 2, input 3. And then you have your outputs, which is result 1, result 2, result 3 for this scenario. And then you can run the code in the code lab. So in this example, the answer is fair, orange, and 67, which is the results of the inputs that we put in, so 67. We can then use those results and push those into different columns in our boards. So, for example, I wanted to create a UUID for a client. I know we have the item ID, but it's not usable in an item ID column, and you can copy and paste it over, obviously. But I wanted more of a unique reference because they needed it for a QR code to link it back to the item ID. So here is when an item is created, run my UUID code. There's no input because I just want a UUID, and then update the newly created item and put the UUID in my UUID demo in this regard. So that's your result 1. So when you actually run this, a new item is created, and then your automation goes off and does its thing, runs the code in an isolated location. It's literally just built to take the inputs and the code and then give you the outputs. That's all it does, and then the other part of the code does all your authentication and Monday stuff. So it's all secure. And then you get back a UUID, which then can be used to create a QR code when they scan it in real life and attach it to this item. Now, that's just one example. In here, we've got your generate, your parsing of JSON. So if you get JSON objects passed in, you can parse it and bring out, in this example, what numbers they are. You can do a lot more in-depth sums. I know we've got the formula column, but it can't do everything. We've got multi-tier conditional logic, so you can change your statuses. So you can make that the status IDs, turn it into a status. Percentage, all of your much more in-depth maths, your tax formats, loads of examples in here. Validation on the emails, validate a URL. You can normalize postcodes, so you got this, but you want it in a certain format, and it can give you a result. So there it is, that's it, and it's valid. So you could do mass formatting on your postcodes. And as we build more in here, we can add more examples to here. Now, we've also built it, so say that I've built this piece of code, this snippet, and I'm like, oh, I want to save this. I can save it to my personal store. So I've got my best snippets here. Or if we're working as a team and I'm like, oh, the team might like this, I can save it to the team's store, and everyone on our team will see that code snippet and can reuse it, or edit it and save their own version of it in their personal. Again, it's quick to copy, so you just copy the code. So let's say we are doing that UUID one. We go to the UUID, we copy the code, workflow, edit the workflow, get the run custom code, and then we just paste in our code that we've just built, and then input there wasn't any, so we just put brackets for now, update that, and then that will run, and obviously we can test it and mess around with it. Now, I really want to know how you guys could use this. If there's snippets you want me to add, we can add loads of examples in here. We could turn this into a full library. I will be doing demos on some of these examples, but if there's anything you particularly think, oh, this would work for this, please reach out. We'll make a demo, we'll add it in, and we'll start building this code library as well. Thank you, everybody.